pour le match rugby. Thank you. I called you Public Tory or Sharon Galair. I speak as an individual. I have been active in my life. I imagine if my health keeps up, I'll be active to the end of it. But I'm not a member of any particular organisation at this time. So I speak as a quite neutral Republican. But the principle for all Irish Republicans is the same. Standing outside the GPO, this is where the proclamation was proclaimed in 1916. It's a sacred spot. And we would have thought with the centenary of last year that we'd have been looking back on history, looking back on the suffering and the sacrifice that men, women and even children in this city gave for freedom and sovereignty and independence. And it's a sad thing that Pearse and Connolly and all the volunteers in the Citizen Army and the volunteers throughout Ireland, right down through the war that followed, the war of independence, the war against the Black and Tans, and finally the unfortunate war foisted by Britain upon the Irish people, miscalled by the majority of Irish people the Irish Civil War. It was not a civil war in that sense. It was in fact, as old IRA men would tell you that have all gone to their eternal rest now, they said it wasn't a civil war, it wasn't over civil issues. It was in defence of the Republic. Now, we would have a very peaceful and a very democratic Ireland today if it hadn't been for that treachery in 1922, late 21, 22 and 23. And the continuing treachery that goes on to the present day by the different forms of government above and Leinster House who have the gall to call themselves the government of Ireland, and the government of the 26th county, Free State, under the name that I can call it. And until the democratic republic that the Irish people elected, they talk about having mandates. Well, the mandate was for a 32-county sovereign indivisible republic, standing in the world proud and unashamed. Whereas today we're going around with a begging bowl in one hand and down beneath it, the EU on the other, while they rape our seas and foreign multinationals take the gas and oil. And old people are on trolleys dying in hospitals. Outside this very building, Pearse proclaimed that the people would be sovereign in Ireland, that we'd have equal rights and opportunities. Now that republic still lives, perhaps not de facto, but de jure. And anybody who feels Irish in their bones have to work. Even if you don't work together, at least have the one same principle, that the democratic, sovereign, independent republic of all Ireland must be reinstated before there can be peace. And until there is peace, and until there is justice, there will always be some young, maybe not so young men and women that will soldier out, believing that they have to act. Some will condemn them. Some will say, well, that's not correct, but the fact is, whatever they did or didn't do was done because it was their understanding of how they could advance the cause of getting the democratic Ireland back into the position it lawfully belongs to. So you cannot condemn them on principle, even if some of you might disagree on tactics. We always sang in this country, we love them yet, we shall ne'er forget the felons of our land. So prisoners are a particularly important people not to forget. Even in the Gospels, it tells you that did you visit the prisoners and the ill? It's an important duty not to forget them. Doesn't mean you have to agree with everything, but they would not, as that young lady there, I think Court is her name, said earlier, would never be in jails today, would never be facing long remands, would not facing special courts. Imagine, to talk about freedom, we have to have special courts. Why special? We're all supposed to be equal, but if you're Republican, you're special for special crucifixion by courts, known as the special criminal courts, intent to call Republicans and Irish patriots criminals. This year, and I live in Kerry, this year is a year not to forget. Thomas Ashe, who fought hard at Ashbourne, who had won the great battles of 1916. He was put back in jail, I think it was July 1917, later this the centenary. He was in Mountjoy jail up the road, and they force-fed him because he refused to accept, only months after the 1916 rising, that he was a criminal. He was, he said, a prisoner of war. So they force-fed him and he died. And one of the biggest marches outside of that who had done him at Rossa over the streets 100 years ago was that of Thomas Ashe, from all sorts from outside living in Kerry. Not too long since 10 Hunger strikers had to die to reaffirm that principle that all the struggle in Ireland for 900 years against a foreign power was not criminal activity. It was the highest order that any human being could do. That they put their lives on the line for their fellow countrymen and women. So it's important that you do not forget the political prisoners of Ireland. We shouldn't have them. But as long as Britain and another massive enemy, the so-called European Union, that is crippling this country and robbing us of everything, and we're supposed to be bowing them and thanking them for throwing a few bombs now and again out of the trillions that they have ripped out of our seas. We owe them nothing. So, yes, we love them, yet never forget the felons of our land.